Good afternoon, everybody. I'm your host, Gillian Silvestro, and welcome to our Brunch with Focus. And today we have James Elliot with us. And James is a communicator, he's an educator, he's a trainer, he's a fantastic guy with information about nutrition and exercise and mindset. And there's not a one-size-fits-all plan. James puts it together for your benefit. He helps clients focus on coaching and improving all the three areas of their lives: nutrition, motivation, and mindset. And he provides exercise coaching to go along with it, which I think is quite amazing. So he helps you to become empowered and motivated to reach your goals and keep them. Become able to look at yourselves in the mirror and smile. Wrap your hands around yourself and feel good. And who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just realized what that meant last night, after all these years. So you know, things come into your mind and it just stays there and it pops up. And maybe it popped up because James is speaking here today. So he combines all of his education and everything together. So please welcome James.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. So my name is James Elliot, and I founded a company, Clean Health and Fitness, a little while ago. And I've been helping people with their health, essentially. So this was the old me, and this is the new me. So you can see it's come a long way from the old me to the new me. So what I do, I'm a holistic nutritionist, and really I'm a health transformation coach because I help people transform their health. And I do that in a number of ways. I focus on nutrition and supplementation because it's very, very important. What you eat, what you're not eating, or what you shouldn't be eating. And also supplementation. We often don't eat right, don't have time to eat right, or don't get all the nutrients we need. So proper supplementation is also going to be key as well. And healthy supplementation and how to not waste your money on certain multivitamins which don't do anything. Sure. So yeah, so not to waste your money on certain things as well, and what to focus your money on as well. That's what I do. I deal with mindset. Mindset is huge. So deal with the gremlins on the shoulder, limiting decisions people have. Sometimes limiting decisions. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to have this. Things that keep us stuck in a rut, if you will. And I help people get out of the rut. I help people get unstuck. And that's what I love to do. Whether it's coaching on nutrition or coaching on the mindset. I find they both go in hand in hand. So that's what I tend to do. Mindset is everything. Mindset is key. If you have a lot of these negative decisions or the gremlins on your shoulder or the negative beliefs, limiting decisions, let's say the negative tapes or the bad movies playing at home, if you're having just the wrong internal self-talk and telling you how you can't do something, how something won't work, versus empowering you, self-talk to empower you and show you how something will work and how you can do it. That's the biggest thing. Just curious. Who would like to have more energy? There we go. Who would like to feel better?
Oh, yeah.
Who would like to look younger, feel younger, work smarter, not harder? Reduce weight. Fix digestive issues like bloating, relieve aches and pains. And a lot of this has to do with what we're eating, believe it or not. The pain can be caused by the foods you're eating or not eating. Looking to feel younger, anti-aging. The best anti-aging is actually on the inside. It comes from the inside. I mean, there's certain creams which will help certain things, but the best anti-aging really comes from the inside. And put on muscle and regain strength. Men and women, one of my clients came to me. She needed strength because she couldn't actually even lift a can up to an upper shelf. So she came to me and was asking for help, and we got her there. Again, nutrition, some exercise suggestions as well, and getting her on her way. So that's some of the things I coach with and I talk about today. The top hidden medical reasons why people can't lose weight and why people essentially are exhausted or feel like crap, because a lot of my clients come to me and say, I feel like crap. Why? So these are some of the top hidden medical reasons why people often don't think about it. Often people say, well, I know I don't eat it right, or I know this, I know I should exercise more, but there's a lot of hidden reasons as well on why people have trouble feeling good and losing weight. And often it's adrenal fatigue. There's these little guys with stress glands essentially on the back of your kidneys here. They regulate a lot of your energy levels, a lot of your stress response, and they can help regulate your blood sugar as well. So if they're strained, if they're fatigued, then really you're going to be exhausted all the time, and you're usually going to get a lot of weight here. Blood sugar imbalances are very common, even in people that eat right. Just we don't have the raw nutrients to control blood sugar. So again, working on that, getting the right nutrients in you. So the key, which is insulin, has a lock that works. A lot of those locks are broken, so to speak. So with insulin, not able to get in the lock, we fix the lock, so the blood sugar will be regulated. You feel better, you have more energy, you lose weight, and it keeps you younger as well. Too high a blood sugar will age you very quickly. Too low blood sugar as well cause a lot of issues, a lot of fatigue, a lot of depression, a lot of irritability. So thyroid fatigue. I find a lot of women have this. A lot of people are undiagnosed with thyroid fatigue. So the thyroid is a little organ, a little gland right here in your throat, and it actually is one of your master glands, and it really regulates everything. It regulates your metabolism, your digestion, everything. Sleep even it has an effect on. So oftentimes, very often, there's something going on with that. Either what we're eating is bothering us, it's not working right, we're not eating the right foods or enough of the proper foods to give our thyroids the raw nutrients. We're not giving it quality gasoline, if you will. We're feeding your car poor gasoline so it doesn't work. And different foods that can often interfere with the thyroid as well. There's actually foods out there that will cause issues with thyroid, so working on that with people as well. Liver toxic overload. We live in a toxic soup. I love Toronto, I love the city, but again, we live in a toxic world with cleaners and carpets and plastics and pollution, even things in the water. Again, water is safe to drink from a microbial level, but it often has a lot of contaminants in there. The top ones being birth control and antidepressants, believe it or not. The top things in Toronto water, birth control, antidepressants, and often different plastics or chemicals. And so that's in there too, again, contributing to a total toxic load, allergies, and even food sensitivities. Foods that you eat will cause problems with toxic load on your body too, because your body is aka allergic or sensitive to them. And something like digestive issues. A lot of people have digestive issues these days. A lot of people have digestive issues. So that's one of the things I really specialize in. Because if you're not absorbing your food, if you're not absorbing, if your car wasn't using its gasoline properly, it wouldn't work very well. So that's why a lot of the upper things happen, just because your body can't use its food properly. And in fact, most health problems we have, weight loss issues or weight gain issues. Some people are too thin, they can't gain weight. But a lot of it's because we're not absorbing our food properly, we're not digesting properly. Things like drugs and medications as well, that can also, certain drugs, especially birth control, antipsychotic drugs, can cause a lot of weight loss resistance. So people stay heavy even though they're eating right and exercising. And hormonal imbalances, this is another big thing. Today I see, especially with all the toxins, plastics we eat, pesticides and chemicals, because these chemicals mimic estrogen. So that's often why a lot of people can't lose weight. Estrogen is a fat storing hormone. And a lot of these toxic chemicals as well, your body will sort of store away in your fat. If it can't deal with them, if it can't detox them, because you're not eating right, or because just we live in such a toxic world, your body stores them away in your fat cells. Kind of like a storage closet, if you will, for toxins. And it won't let it out. So if you're exercising and you're working out really hard, like I used to be, and one of the big reasons I couldn't lose weight, and even though how hard I worked out and how well I ate, is because I had a lot of toxins in my body. When I did proper, and I caveat it, proper detoxes, I started losing weight almost effortlessly, and I felt amazing. That was the cool thing. I felt amazing, and the cool side effect was weight loss. So that's a big thing as well. And sometimes there's just a brain set point where your body wants to be a certain weight, and you have to add muscle before it'll let you lose weight. Not as common, but I thought I would put that up there anyway. So these are some hidden medical reasons that I work with people on, why they're tired, they're exhausted, they can't lose weight, and what really is keeping them from achieving their goals. A lot of people don't realize these people, because people know they should be eating better, whether we do or not. We know we should be exercising more, whether we do or not. These are some key things that keep us stuck. So it's a couple of simple keys to health. So eat small portions, small meals every 2 to 3 hours. That way you have energy and you feel good, but you're not getting shaky if you haven't had anything to eat all day. And you don't get moody, you don't get sort of cranky and agitated. And the brain fog goes away too. You'll do better, be more productive, as a matter of fact, and not have brain fog by eating every 2 to 3 hours. And it'll help you lose weight too and stay healthier. In terms of eating a little protein with every meal, no worries. Because eating lean protein with every meal too is very, very important. To have a protein and a vegetable, and preferably a healthy fat with each meal. Because really we need more protein. A lot of people don't eat enough. Some eat too much, of course, but a lot of people don't eat enough protein. Most people, in fact, they're too heavy on the carbohydrates, not enough protein in their diet. That's a reason for a lot of illness, a lot of detox issues too, because your liver needs protein to be able to do its job. And if you don't have enough protein, your body can't detoxify itself. So a lot of people are on carb diets, eating a lot of rice or a lot of bread or a lot of wheat, a lot of bagels, a lot of these things which are really void in any nutrition. They're full of carbs, full of sugar, and they're not getting enough protein or healthy fats, which really help your brain. Healthy fat. Your brain is 60 to 80% fat, depending on the fat, and it's very important to have healthy fats with every meal as well. I get eating a vegetable each meal, a starchy carb or a grain, like things like bread, for example. You have to have bread, things like bread or starchy carbohydrates. Try having it after exercise. Try having it after exercise, and your body is actually going to want these starchy foods after exercise, so it's going to be more primed to receive it. And then also, it's going to prevent you from putting that starchy meal on as fat too, as weight. It's going to prevent that, which is great. You can have your treats sort of thing in reason after you exercise. The last thing is eat healthy fats every day. Again, I touched on it. Most people don't eat enough healthy fats because of this low-fat diet, low-fat diet syndrome we're trying to get out of. And healthy fats are healthy. So getting out of this low-fat diet that a lot of people people in the 80s and 90s telling people to eat low fat, eat healthy fats, but eat more fats, because I can guarantee it'll help you feel better, look better, and lose weight. A couple other things. Drink water and herbal tea, not juice. Even believe it or not, juice is full of sugar, whether it's natural or not. There's about 10 oranges in a cup of orange juice. So you have a cup of orange juice, you have the sugar of 10 oranges. In fact, 2 cups of orange juice will give you about 50 grams of sugar, 50 grams of sugar in 2 cups of orange juice. And that was one of the things where I got stuck when I was bigger years ago. I'd have 2 cups of orange juice, 2 cups of milk. I'd have a fairly healthy cereal, and I actually was eating about 120 grams of sugar even before I get out the door in the morning. 120 grams of sugar before I get out the door in the morning. And I was eating, what I thought was a healthy, low-fat meal. But again, 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of OJ, and my cereal, which wasn't the Cocoa Puffs. Imagine if it was. I was still eating 120 grams of sugar before I left for the day, which is why I'd have to sleep in my car 20 minutes. When I got there, I was just crashing. My blood sugar was too low because my body said this is dangerous, and so it drops your blood sugar down and it goes too low. Eat a wide variety of foods instead of the same thing every day. Eat a huge wide variety of foods is going to be key. Plan ahead. Bring snacks with you. Bring healthy foods with you. Things like nuts, fruit, vegetables, even a can of tuna. One of those peel cans of tuna and a fork. Plan to break the rules too. Definitely enjoy life. I'm all about enjoying life. I teach people. I do cooking classes, seminars on how to make treats healthy. People love these. They say to me, I can have chocolate on my weight loss plan. I can have ice cream on my weight reduction plan. And I say yes, as long as that's how I teach you how to make it. And I guarantee you it's delicious and it's really healthy. People are really happy when they can eat treats and eat things they enjoy on their weight loss plan or their health plan or their detox plan. So that's a big thing I do too. But plan to break the rules once in a while. You have to enjoy life. I couldn't do it if I didn't enjoy life. I chocolate 5 days a week. I enjoy life and I teach people you can enjoy it in a healthy way. I couldn't do it either. I've been doing it for many years in a healthy way, but really enjoying life. Because no one wants to eat bland food without taste or that's boring. Again, that's where I teach people, to coach people, love life, and I teach you how to do it. And again, whole foods made by a plant, not in a plant. So, thank you. So again, by a plant, not in a plant. So careful of the whole grains thing, because it's kind of a lie. And whole foods, whole eggs. Whole eggs are fine for you. And whole foods. If you're gonna eat a grain, eat definitely make sure it looks like a grain, like an oatmeal groat or a buckwheat groat, versus it looks like a Cheerio or looks like a flake. Eat whole foods. That will take you a long way too. This is a really neat test actually. This is one of the tests I do with people, and it's called a hair mineral analysis. So what it's finding is how many heavy metals someone has in their body, because that will cause fatigue, autoimmune, sluggishness, a lot of weight loss resistance, a lot of thyroid issues, and a lot of toxicity issues. Your liver and your kidneys don't work right if you have too many metals. This is actually my test. Ohio was in aluminum. It was from my antiperspirant. They screen on my antiperspirant. That's why I was so high in aluminum as well. Ironically, I eat a lot of fish, but my mercury wasn't very high because I eat a lot of greens, which will help you take down the mercury and detox as well. So I eat a lot of green. I use one green shake usually every day, and that's often enough to really provide a good detox for your body. These are minerals, different mineral levels. I won't go into them all, but different mineral levels showing if you're high or low in different minerals, so I can help coach you on that. So that's a really neat test I do. Another test I do is a food sensitivities test. Again, this is my test. And there you go, and it's a really, really cool test. And it's a quick little skin prick. It's do a bit of blood work and send to a lab in the States. And they tell you the top 93 foods that humans are sensitive to. Where you are you a little sensitive, are you a lot sensitive? And then we can interpret it together and say, okay, what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, specific for you. And then of course, what to eat instead. I'm not going to say don't eat these foods. I'm going to teach you what to eat instead, which is also key. My top ones are the top actual dairy and gluten, and a lot of nuts, unfortunately, even though nuts can be healthy. So a lot of my food sensitivities were nuts, and that's what was keeping me exhausted, burnt out, heavy. A lot of times you won't be able to lose weight on this. Constipation too. Food sensitivities often cause a lot of constipation as well. So a very valuable test showing you what's been burning you out, what's been giving you all kinds of things, from skin rashes to headaches to migraines to joint pain. We touched on joint pain earlier too. A lot of joint pain, muscle pain, autoimmune. A lot of this food sensitivities. We're eating things our bodies are saying no to, and we keep eating it. And chronically when that happens, again, we get burnt out, we get exhausted, we get tired. Things like autoimmune will develop, and joint pain, muscle pain will develop as well. Things like rheumatoid arthritis will happen. And that's one of the tests. There's more pages to it than this, but I wanted to keep it concise. That's a really neat test, the food sensitivities test. And you mentioned, Jillian, you had it done.
I had 8 mild and 10 high sensitivities.
There you go. There you go.
And it was ordinary food that went into cooking as well.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people eat these foods consistently. Often it's if you're addicted to food or you can't give up a food, it's a weird mechanism, but that's often you're actually sensitive and allergic to it if you can't give it up. You get a rush when you eat that food. So that's one thing too. If you're addicted to food, or again, just you notice you're tired or bloated or don't feel well after a certain food, then you're likely it's a sensitivity. That's another cool test that you can do as well. Beware marketing is a big one too. So careful of, I think gluten-free is a good thing, but just because the product says gluten-free, doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. There's gluten-free, it's stamped on all kinds of things that don't have gluten that aren't healthy for you as well. Careful of low fat, again, as long as it's the right fat, I think we all need a lot more fat in our diet. So careful of the low fat thing. Lower salt, reduce low sugar. Careful of reduced, because often if it's reduced or it's less way too much, it's still way too much. Or lowered way too much, it's still way too much. Things like all natural, which legally really doesn't have a definition when it comes to foods. You can label everything all natural. You can label oil all natural, petroleum, because it comes from, it's natural. It comes from the earth, so careful all natural. Whole grain or whole wheat. This is often another kind of a lie almost, because you eat bread, that's not a whole grain. You eat, say, pasta, it's not a whole grain. You eat Cheerios, it's not a whole grain. So take it apart, ground up, put back together, maybe in pieces or parts. It might be enriched, vitamins added to it. Because during the refining and the processing process, most of the nutrients in fat are lost. The little stuff that's in things like wheat and a lot of grains, the little nutrients are lost when it's processed anyways. And they can't really make it whole grain anyways, because if they did, the bread would go bad very, very quickly. So still, it's partially whole grain, but it's still not the whole round circular grain that would be when it grows in nature. Or if it's a whole grain, again, it looks like a round growth or a grain, if you will. It looks different than anything else, any kind of flakes or O's or anything ground up or bread. So be careful with whole grain or whole wheat, because it's kind of a marketing thing to get people to buy that versus this. So careful on that. Fat-free, anything free, you're going to lie anyway. As long as your serving contains less than half a gram of fat or less than half a gram of sugar per serving, it can be sugar-free or fat-free, even though it still has fat. It's unfortunate. A lot of things that even labeled trans fat-free are not. It's just the fat. Trans fats are low enough per serving, and a serving could be that big. They're low enough per serving to be called, trans fat-free or sugar-free. So it could actually have it. A lot of margarines, they say trans fat-free, but they're actually not. You turn around the back and they actually will have it on the back. Usually it'll give you a recommended daily allowance and it'll be there, but because it's less than half a gram per serving, they can label it trans fat-free. So again, anything free, you gotta be really careful with. And again, speaking of trans fats, keep them out of your diet. It's what makes us old, which ages us, which inflames us, which causes blood pressure, atherosclerosis, arteriosclerosis, really any inflammatory disease, because trans fats are very, very inflammatory. So a lot of things that are, and they're still used in a lot of box products. We'll say in the grocery store, say trans fat free, but unfortunately, a lot of box products, a lot of box products will say trans fat free on them. However, a lot of things, you go to a restaurant, you go to somewhere that cooks food right for you, it's not mandated yet that they are trans fat free, and trans fats will give you that delicious buttery, I won't name any places, but the delicious buttery, flaky, pastry type taste. And you can probably think of some of the places that have things like that. I won't name any names, but just places like that. They're not mandated yet to be trans fat free, so a lot of them still use trans fats or shortening, which shortening is basically trans fats the way they make it. And I joke. Let's say the way it's called shortening. The reason it's called shortening is because it shortens your life. So that's one of the big things really is so shortening is trans fat. It has trans fat because the way it's produced, the way it's processed. So that's a big thing as well. Healthy eating. So replace your grains with greens. So replace your grains, eliminate them if you want, if you'd like to. There's not really a lot of food value in grains. Replace it with greens. Do a green smoothie, green shake. Salads all day. Fiber is also key for losing weight. The more fiber you eat as well, it's going to make it key for losing weight too. Balancing blood sugar, helping helping relieve constipation. So fiber is an amazing thing as well. Veggies, lots and lots of veggies. You can't really go wrong. Most of them is non-starchy. I mean, depending on what your goals are, I adjust people with starchy veggies like carrots, potatoes, rice, up and down. But lots and lots of vegetables. Go ahead. Sweet potatoes are good. They're still starchy, but they're better than potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a step up at least, but they're still fairly starchy. Things like greens, peppers, avocados, most of the fiber squash, spaghetti squash, the veggies like asparagus, zucchini, okra, really any veggies you could not overdo essentially. You'll be full, well full, and you feel great before you do. Veggies is key. Most half your plate with veggies, and their protein and a healthy fat is really the ideal way to live better, feel better, lose weight, put on muscle, and just change and roll back the clock on a lot of different diseases as well. Again, lower sugar fruits, like things like berries, things like apples, cherries, rhubarb, unsweetened cranberries, grapefruit, things like that as well. Big difference, and really good thing. Figs, apricots, peaches are also quite good and reasonably low in sugar for you. Protein, again, lean meats or eggs, preferably organic and grass-fed wherever you can. They contain a lot less hormones, toxic fats, pesticides that come from the feeds, herbicides, fungicides, and antibiotics. So, organic whenever you can. There's a link on my website actually, and it shows you when it comes to vegetables what ones you can kind of eat conventional and what ones really should be due to all the toxins and the heavy spraying. And in fact, they absorb it more. There's a link there on my site, which will show you fruits and veggies where you should really eat organic, and then ones where you can kind of get away with not eating organic. Organic or at least natural grass-fed beef is going to be great as well. Grass-fed beef is going to be really great for you, and anything, the wild game is phenomenal. It's been raised in the wild, it's eating what it's supposed to eat. Versus eating grain or versus eating this cattle feed, for example. And legumes, fish, nuts are all phenomenal for you as well. And again, fats, nuts, seeds, healthy oils, olive oil, avocado oil is phenomenal for you as well. Avocado oil?
Avocado.
Yep. Avocado oil is fun, or avocados themselves, but you can cook with avocado oil as well. Yeah. And also coconut oil is phenomenal. Coconut oil will actually help you lose weight, and it's great to saute things in. So coconut oil is phenomenal. It's a really great thing, coconut oil. And so healthy fats. Have a healthy fat with every meal. You'll actually crave carbohydrates less, and you'll crave sugars less if you have a healthy fat with every meal. And it'll make you feel fuller and better. And again, cognitively, you're going to do better because your brain is getting the healthy fats it needs to do what it needs to do. Most of our hormones are fat and cholesterol-based hormones. So again, getting enough fats to make your hormones work properly. I was sick when I went to my low-fat. I went a low-fat diet, didn't eat much fats at all. I got very sick because of that, and I put on weight. I put on weight with a low-fat diet, believe it or not, and I got sick because it wasn't giving my body the healthy fats it needs to do what it needs to do. Build your cells, help your brain, lubricate your body, create the skin, create anything really. Your cells are all, they're made of cholesterol, they're made of different fats, including saturated fats, believe it or not. There's part of your cells are made of saturated fats. Coconut oil, technically coconut oil is a saturated fat, but it's a healthy saturated fat. So, again, things that make your body healthy. And that is it. So if there's any questions, I can certainly take them now. And thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, James.
My pleasure.
Really. And you've enlightened me on a number of things that I definitely need to talk to you.
Good to hear. For sure.
Because there are some points that you made there that I can relate to.
Good to hear. I'm glad to hear. My pleasure.
And I'll have too many questions to ask right now.
For sure. We'll talk another time. Thank you so much. Thank you.